Hello everybody and welcome to a new video. So, I went to Twitter and asked what you guys wanted to see most for today's video. And the majority voted for Disney Dreamlight Valley, so I came and delivered. Today as you can see, we are continuing working on our peaceful meadow. We already did mini casita with a orchard and a flea market. I will link a card in the top where you can check that out. We did that on stream the other day. And I will also link a video for the video where I decorated the outside of my house. But today we are going to incorporate Merlin's house. I just thought it was fitting for the peaceful meadow because originally in the start of the game his house is already in the peaceful meadow. And judging by the flowers and the bushes and everything that's on his house, it just seems fitting that his house stays in the peaceful meadow. And yeah, we're just gonna be connecting these builds with each other. As you can see, I am struggling a whole lot here because in this game there's all sorts of gaps everywhere that you can't place buildings closer to a ledge, or stuff like that, where it appears you have more room for stuff to be put in and it turns out you don't. So I tried to cut as much out as I could, because nobody likes to see someone struggle, right? So, I did the best I could. I did leave some stuff in here and there. For example, with this rock, I had quite a bit of struggles with getting it in a placement that I liked. And funny thing, I messed around with this so much, and in the end it's gonna end up in the exact same spot as that I started with. So all that trouble, I went through all that trouble for nothing. But as you can see, I am working on this little area in front of Merlin's house. I didn't want it to be all foliage, so I did want to decorate a little bit with furniture. And I realized that I had a few spots left here where I could place one-tile items, and I recently acquired this rusty trash can. And I actually really like the look of it, so yeah, I thought it was fitting for where I put it. And I'd very much like to report that I remembered to drop flowers here and there in this build. That, in my opinion, that deserves a sticker. Because normally I am all very much scattered brain and I would forget it all of the time, but I remembered this time. Pretty proud of myself. Yeah, I'm just laying down some nice cobbles down like a puffing, and now it's time to flower it up. So as you can see, there are the flowers that I dropped. Now I had to go in and out of this build a couple of times, and sometimes it happens when you're decorating in ddlv on the PC and the Switch that it doesn't always save everything you do. So yeah, I had to go in a couple of times to rearrange stuff again. I didn't leave that in because it didn't change much from what I initially already decorated. But just a heads up that placements might vary a little bit in the end result, but not by much. And here I at first didn't really know what to do. It's a bit of an awkward space, you know, between these two ponds. So I decided to try something insanely difficult. So I am going to make like a bit of a curvy diagonal path. And right now it doesn't look pretty, I agree. But we are going to line this completely with bushes. Bushes. But this also took me a really long time. And this is also a part where I had to step out of the build mode for a couple of times to see how it looked, if you could still walk through it, if the edges of the path were visible. I tried to hide them as much as I could, but you know, you're always gonna see a little bit of it. These bushes don't cover everything, unfortunately. I could have used the ones with the bushes. They cover the pathing quite good, but I wanted to be there a little bit of variety, so I stuck with the other variety of bushes as well. And in hindsight, I should have started at the top of this pathing. You will see that in a minute that I had the hardest time getting it lined up, but you will see that in a minute. It's gonna take a little bit of time before I am happy with the end result. You know, just sit back and enjoy it, or, you know, enjoy me torturing yourself, whatever floats your boat, you know, just enjoy it. And by the looks of it, we are almost there. Yeah, so as you can see, this is where I ran into a little bit of problem, because I wanted to end with those flowery bushes. So I had to shift this all around again, which was a little bit painful. This is a shot of me walking through it to see if it all looks good, and I decided it needs a little bit more shifting around. But yeah, that was it. And now we are going to fill in these areas in between with other foliage and stuff like that. I did line the pathing with these rocks so you wouldn't be able to get in this little area, but I decided to also implement some picket fence just to make it a little bit more clear that it's really supposed to be fenced off. And then I decided it was time for some more trees. And then I decided, well, if we have picket fence on the right side, let's also do some picket fence on the left side. And then I decided that we need a picket fence here as well, which meant I had to rearrange this bench setup that I had already placed down. And I want to challenge you to see if you can spot it, but there is a Easter item in this build that's not really supposed to be there, but it made it in anyway. So let me know down in the comments if you know what that item is and where you can find it. Yeah, as I mentioned, we are filling up these little areas. They are a bit awkward in space, but then I thought, okay, these lanterns are a one tile item. Let's put a few of those in, you know, to really lighten up this pathway, especially when it's dark. And now it is time for more foliage. Same old, same old. At first I started with this grass, but I'm gonna change that for the ferns, the Forest of Allure ferns later on. I just thought they filled up the space a little bit better than the grass would, and now it's time to put even more flowers in this build. And as you can see, I once again only stuck with the yellow and white flowers because they are fitting for the peaceful meadow. I like the look of the white and yellow. It's a nice color combo. And again, looking at Merlin's house, you can spot white and yellow flowers on his house as well. I did use some other colored flowers for Mini Casita because Mini Casita is a little bit more colorful. But surrounding my house I only used white and yellow flowers as well, so thought it was fitting. And this is the end result. So, you know, keep in mind some items may have shifted a little bit, but yeah, this is what we worked on. So thank you so much for watching. Make sure to leave a like, subscribe and hit the notification bell. And don't forget to leave in the comments down below if you have been able to spot the Easter egg literally in this video. And see you next time. Bye bye.